kidding.
They were raising heck with us, and you know, if we don't throw 3 or 4 long passes, we've got about minus yardage in offense. But we knew when you gamble like they gamble, you're going to hit some big ones, and we did. You know, Devin caught a couple, and Brandon Yates caught that nice one down the middle, and we had a chance at a couple others. We just didn't have the time to get it off.
Right.
So,
just a quick assessment on Zach Rhodes. You know, how do you think?
You know, they were having trouble because this happens in first game sometimes. The center's sweating, the quarterback's hands are wet. The ball was. They were talking about how wet the ball was.
Right.
So we had a bunch of exchange problems, and Andy Seaman took it on himself to say it was him. He was having trouble snapping it, but it was probably both of them. But I thought Zach did fine. You know, he did okay. There was a couple plays I'd like the quarterback to make differently, but he did what he did, and he was all right. One of the things that will be interesting to me to see is where the quarterbacks, after they got a little pressure, where they see that false pressure. You know, when there really isn't any there, but you're looking for it because that happens to a lot of guys. That happens to NFL guys, so it certainly might have happened with our guys.
Exactly.
But I feel good about both of them. Both the quarterbacks, they're both going to be very good for us.
Well, you've been in it long enough to know. I know that people always ugly, but the wins. Well, that's so. I mean, it's hard. Well, it is sport. With football, when there's so many people involved, it is hard to win a football game, right? I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
Just how do you? You've been in it a long time. How do you? It was certainly not a real clean game, but it's a season opener. But a win's a win, right?
Yeah, you know, exactly. A win's a win. You know, and at the end of the season, they don't say, was it close or did you play bad? Did you win? You count the W's, and you know, they were a lot better team than we'd seen on video. A lot better. That quarterback, he didn't play last week. He's pretty damn good.
This is his first game.
Yeah, and they got a couple of receivers that can go get it. And those couple of running backs that didn't play last week either. Those guys are good.
Right.
So I thought defensively we did a really nice job. You know, they got us there for a little bit, but they weren't getting enough help from us on offense.
Did you see what you wanted to see from the defense? You know, just playing a little bit faster and a little more aggressive.
Yeah. You know, and one of the things that we accomplished, we drew them offside several times with our cadence, and we worked on that. And we didn't have many penalties. You know, we had that one at the end that was not very timely, but it was a little bit of a ticky-tack.
Exactly.
How did you feel coming out? Did it all? I mean, I know you've been you've never really gotten away from the game and stuff, but how did you how was it as you walked out there? And
oh, you know, it's like a dream come true for me. I'm doing what I'm best at, and that's coaching, and what I love the most, and that's coaching. And so I enjoyed, you know, the whole process. You know, when we told them at halftime, hey, look, you know, it's a real football game. We got to play. You know, we come back and we hit Bass in the flat, and he runs for a bunch of yards, and we made some long plays like that you're gonna make against a team that dogs you. Sure. You know, and had we been really honed up, we would have made 10 more just like it, because we had them in the flat. We just couldn't see them, or there was pressure on us, or. It'd be interesting to me to look at the video because it's hard to.
Before I forget, just one more. I'd have one more. Marcus Wright seemed to, in the second half, got his legs under. The first half he looked a little tentative. Was that your impression that he on that last drive?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't think he was tentative. I think he didn't have much room to run in the first half. And then I think in the second half he got a couple of them, and he was doing good and taking off, and it was really good to see because he and Trent could give us a great duo. Because Trent was dinged up a little bit, you know, and. So it was good to have a guy like Marcus that could.
I mean, I haven't played offense since high school, but I mean, this is my senior year, so I'm willing to help out anywhere, you know, whatever it takes to win.
How much wide receiver? How much receiver did you play in high school? Did you play?
I only played receiver in high school until my senior year. When I moved out here to Texas, then I started playing corner.
Okay.
So I got a little history.
Sure. Marcus, what about being out there again and coach? You know, those ends were pitching in. You know, they were pretty good around the edge and stuff. And coach said you weren't tentative. You were just didn't have much place to go in the first half. But I noticed in the second half, kind of showed flashes of when you were wading through tacklers and finding your way.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me about how, is that basically what happened first half was kind of tough?
Yeah, it's just kind of tough when those guys, some of you getting those gaps and stuff, you got to kick them out, and sometimes they can be hard to move. So you just got to put your head down and get 3 or 4.
How did you feel just generally coming out? And
It felt good.
Kind of like riding a bike, you know, you never really forget. You just
You
get
know, you just got to get back on it.
How do you get back on it? First series was great. Yeah, kind of a little. Yeah, I mean, I started second half well. What were they doing that was throwing the offense? Was it more what they were doing or what?
Their D-line was just shooting the gaps. A lot of time when we had pullers, they were just almost just jumping in there and kind of tripping up our pullers, and that was getting us, pressured off the line, and it just kind of got us in the backfield a couple times.
Right.
So how kind of do you feel as far as, playing, you had played as far as going out
it's
there?
been a while.
Yeah, just.
Felt good. It felt good to get back in the groove and knock the rust off. We obviously we got a lot to polish up, but it felt good.
How big was that second? Of course, second half you scored, go up in front. How big was that to kind of get the momentum back on your?
Well, we needed it. We left defense on the field way too long today, and you can't do that. If you want to win football games. But they did a good job holding up, and we'll get things polished up. So we'll be fine.
Okay. Dakota, how about you? You've been here from the very beginning. And how about what sayeth you? I mean, you're going from playing an NAI school that doesn't have a lot to now going to Sam Houston that's got 85 rides and stuff. So you guys have got some work to do this week, right, to clean up?
We have to. I mean, we got to fix the mistakes we made, and we got to get better. You have to get better every week if you want to be a good football team, and we need to do that on both sides of the ball and just polish it up and come ready to play.
What about the scheme? I know the scheme is a scheme and all that, but this was your first game in that 3-4 and stuff. How do you feel?
Feels good.
You like it?
Yes, sir. Having fun out there, running to the ball. Everything's working. I mean, we just got to keep playing.
And Coach said that you guys did generally a pretty good job, considering how long you were out there today, and they do have some athletes. The quarterback hadn't played. I think he's new, right? He was
His first game was today.
But what do you think of the way the defense, just a general assessment of the defense?
I thought we played well. I mean, we came together. There's always something you got to work on, but we did everything we needed to, and we got the victory tonight, and that's really all that matters.